All right, folks. Hey, welcome. I am back here for another conversation with a gentleman that is killing it out there in his real estate investing business. And what I like to do is bring conversations like this to you guys so that you can have the opportunity to just hear what other people are doing. Maybe take a tip, a trick, a best practice out of this conversation, and then go and implement it in your business. So today I've got Raul Bolufe. And Raul, go ahead, jump in and just kind of say hello to everybody. Tell everybody where you're from and what are you doing in business these days?
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me on here.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, my name is Raul Bolufe. In the wholesale industry. Been wholesaling for about 5 years now. Kind of started like a lot of people start, just kind of broke. I was young and broke and working in a car sales company, actually my father's company. I listened to Sean Terry's podcast 5 years ago. I'm like, holy shit, like, what is this? And then I listened to it, got a local mentor, got into it. And, a couple hundred deals later, here we are. And so basically, it was it's not a like miraculous story. Like I wish it could be like I always think about it. Like if they ever make a biography, I can't make a biography of me. It's not that exciting. I wish it was.
Isn't it kind of always that way? Like you think that there's going to be this massive aha moment and this thing that just changes everything. And all of a sudden you're going to go from here to there. And like, it's the old, overnight success took 20 years, right? It's just one little consistent, smart action after the other. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah, it's just like those little tweaks, that you make. And it's actually some of those most simple decisions ever.
Right.
That, like, move the needle the most,
Yeah. Is there a little simple decision that you think had a needle moving impact on your business, Raul?
Yeah, the simple decision was I want to work for myself. It was literally, I didn't think so much into it. It was just like, all right, I've made some money selling cars. Like, this is kind of cool, but I still, I want to work for myself. I want to find a way to make money for me and my future and family and all these things. And that was a decision. And you just got to commit to it. And that's
right. So it was really a why. I mean, your why was big enough that pushed you to work hard enough to get the result. Because I see it all the time with folks. If the why is just money, they often fail.
Right.
Because money isn't the thing that drives you to work as hard as it takes to create success, right? There's got to be something bigger, at least what I've seen.
No, 100%. I mean, and some people's whys are as big as like, I want to change the world. And some people's whys are as small as, I want to move out of my house. It doesn't matter. Have a why and then like just work towards it and the rest should figure itself out.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, do this, Raul. You said you've done now several hundred deals, but I would imagine you can think back to the first deal you ever did, the first deal that the light bulb went on and you said, oh my gosh, this works. Take us back to that deal. Tell us that story, kind of set the deal up. And then how did you feel through the process?
Right. I love that question. I feel like every investor loves that question.
Yeah.
Like if when you're asked that question, you don't smile, then you're not human. I don't know.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, okay. I listened to the podcast. I got a local mentor. He was in, I'm in the South Florida area, by the way. My office is in Miami, Florida. We do deals in Dade County, Broward County, and now in different parts of Florida. But so I got a local mentor that was in Broward County, and he taught me how to do MLS deals, which I guess, as we converse, we could probably jump into that a little bit more, how I use FreedomSoft to help me. So he taught me how to do MLS deals. So I'm there like making offers and going through the process, but really I think it was a Joe McCall podcast or course or something. I can't remember. It was Joe McCall. I don't know if it was a podcast or a course. And he was teaching the strategy of texting people from GoSection8.com
Mhm.
So what it is that you go on gosection8.com and you send text messages. Hey, I know you have your house for rent. You wouldn't be interested in selling, would you? That's such a Joe McCall line. And so whatever. I did that I was like physically doing that on Google Voice, like sending text messages. And then I got a property manager said, hey, I don't own it, but he'd consider an offer. Send them an offer. He faxed it to me. So it was like done via fax. I got it signed faxed. And then it was crazy. Like when I got it signed, I was like, oh man, like, I got a live one because I knew it was a good deal. And I was just like, okay, crap. Now what do I do now? I think I had like 5 days inspection or something. I'm like, shit, what do I do now? I got the paper, got it through the fax, and I just started going on public record. Found one, and I called him, and like 2 days later, he bought it. You know, he put the deposit and all that.
Yeah.
And funny enough, that deal ended up being a list pendants. Like we couldn't even close because then the seller had like, you know, whatever, to not bore people about like stupid real estate jargon. It just became a really complicated thing. We ended up closing it, like negotiating and closing it. But that was the first deal, and it was a $6,000 assignment fee, and it felt amazing. It felt amazing to like, oh crap, like this thing works somehow, some way. It wasn't easy, but shit, it works.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, what's cool about that story is it was really simple, right?
Yeah.
You sent a text message, you got a reply, you made the offer, they signed it, you went into the public records, you found the buyer, guys that are buying and gals that are buying in the area, and it's like, that is how simple this is. But all of a sudden then a roadblock hit, right? And something slowed down the process, and that's where most people give up. But here, 200 plus deals later, you didn't give up, which is really awesome.
Yeah, it was like, luckily the buyer was an attorney, so he like did the whole paperwork, and like I didn't really have to worry about it. And actually, the good is like I got the experience and the knowledge from it. You know, before that, I didn't even know that existed.
That's right. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Well, tell me, what does your team look like today, Raul? Several hundred deals later, are you a solo guy? Do you work with a small team? Kind of paint a picture for everybody listening. What does a business look like when it gets to your spot?
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good one. So our team we have a couple, so we do on market and off market acquisition. So on market is MLS, off market is direct mail, things like that. So we have an assistant / transaction coordinator. So that's one person. We have, I'm just gonna kind of go from like how it's structured in my office. So if it's confusing, I'll break it down. We have a COO. His name is Lewis. We have a leads manager full-time and a part-time leads manager. Okay. We have a couple cold callers. We have like 4 cold callers right now. We got 2 people doing MLS acquisitions, 2 people doing off-market acquisitions, and 2 dispositions guys, and myself.
Okay. Awesome.
I don't know how many that is, 10, 12, something like that. Yeah,
that's quite an operation you've got. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, a bunch of people. I mean, it's just like yeah, go ahead.
And so do you what's your role? Obviously owner, but do you get in the mix? Do you take a primary job that you still do in the business?
I still do probably like 50% of the dispositions.
Okay.
That's, I would say, like in the business type of stuff. I'll still go on appointments. I'll probably go on maybe like 5 to 10 appointments a month. And my primary stuff is recruiting. We do like a lot of meetups now to kind of build our network in like the South Florida area. So I'm pretty heavily in the meetups. I still do dispo. I still do some of the stuff and hiring, meetings, team meetings, sales meetings with our team, things like that.
Yep. Now I know you're a FreedomSoft user, Raul, and with a team this size, walk me through. Have you used any other software? Did you switch over to FreedomSoft? Have you been a FreedomSoft guy for a long time? Talk to me a little bit about how you run the systems and the team in your business.
Yeah, I love that. So after I got that first deal I was talking about, I think it took me like 3 more deals to then get a CRM, which is probably what I'd recommend to newer people. Yeah, CRMs help, but really just make some money. But anyway, so I after about 3 deals, I got the CRM, and FreedomSoft was the first one I got. This was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
And ever since I've used it. So I did bounce around. I used it, and then I'm like, oh, let me try other things just to see. So really, it was Podio was the only thing, and different variations of Podio, right? You have like different companies that have different Podio softwares. I tried 2 of those, and then I spent about 12 grand trying to customize our own, and it was like a nightmare. A bunch of people love it, and there's nothing wrong. There's no right answer, but so I have tried other systems and didn't work. FreedomSoft for our team it's just pretty simple, I guess. What I like about it is just so simple. And the colors green and black just make me happy when I go on. I don't know. I just hate the Podio logo and all that stuff. I just don't, it like stresses me out. I don't know if that helped answer the question, but. No,
that's great. What I always try to hear from people is, what is it, especially with a guy like you that's got this many people, what is it about your CRM or the systems or the software that plugs into your business that really adds value to you, right? So it could be anything from the lead generation tools in FreedomSoft to the automation and the marketing tools to the follow-up piece. If there's an area that you have found FreedomSoft has helped you the most, what is that, Raul?
I love the contract generation tool, and that you can store all the templates. That for us is like huge. It might not be the most conventional answer, but since we do like a lot of offers and different REOs and short sales, like having all those templates with just very easy variables to do, like I haven't seen any other system that we tried to create our own in Podio, and it was number one, it was going to cost a ton of money to finish, and it was you have to be very techie and stuff. So that really works, and that you can have different team members with access to different things. Our dispositions people only have access to the buyers, and the acquisitions have access to their campaigns and things like that. Works really well. The campaigns feature, which is fairly new. I think that might be like a year old or something. Is it the campaign?
It's about 2.5 years old now. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I really like that campaign stuff because now each person has their own campaign. So we technically can track per person just by using the system the way it's supposed to be used, Yeah.
Yeah. So if you jumped into FreedomSoft 5 years ago, that was probably about a year before I bought it.
Yeah.
And so you've seen the massive investment in changes in technology and the things that we've done from when you first got involved to where it is today.
Yeah. It's I wouldn't even notice it so much because we're just kind of using the same thing over and over. And then I started seeing new buttons and started seeing new things. And then I had like a number 4 on the little, what's the little icon? Like when you guys send emails of like updates, I had like 4 or 5. I'm like, let me click this. I'm like, oh crap, these are all these updates. I didn't even know. And I'm like, oh, cool. This is how this works. And then, but yeah, so I've been using it for a while. And even though I bounced around, I still always use it as my main system. And then, kind of just trying it out, see what works, see what doesn't. Like I said, I guess, and you being in the business, you probably know too, like there's no like right or wrong answer on CRMs, but it's just kind of like what's comfortable. And just the fact that it's like simple, it's easy, like, I can have, like a 12-year-old like input data or click buttons on it for me. And if you were to have a 12-year-old on Podio, they need to be like a straight A student, top of their class in college,
right.
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, you've heard me probably say it 100 times, like simple system scale. Like I am just such a believer in keeping things simple Because I know that, and you see this with your business, I imagine, if you keep it simple, then you and other people can do it, right? And then if you have the system built around that simplicity, then you and other people will do it. And especially with a team at your level, you've got to have stuff simple so that they can do it and they know what to do and it's systematized. And because, man, otherwise you just create an organized chaos.
Yeah. And that's not fun. We've been there. I'm sure all investors who do wholesale and stuff have probably been there eventually, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's like, you know, I'm such a big believer in organizing before automating. And I think part of the problem, you talked about some of these other Podio products and Podio skins and other things out there. It's all about automate. And I sit there and I look at it, you know, with 20 years experience in this business. And I'm like, you're just organizing chaos or automating chaos. What you need to do is organize first and then build really simple automations in after that. And then your business, it can really operate.
Yeah. And for people who have like a team, it's just, you got to put the focus on what, you know, let's say you have FreedomSoft. You just got to put the focus on, hey, if it's not in FreedomSoft, it didn't happen. That's like our little mantra is like, hey, if it's not in FreedomSoft, it didn't happen. Oh, I went on the appointment. Great. It's not there. So you're not going to get any credit for it.
Right.
But what do you do? It is what it is. I'm sorry. And it's like a little discipline.
Yes.
And even if you use FreedomSoft or anything else, it's just like, that is the discipline. And I guess that's what you meant kind of by like, you have to organize first. So if the data is not organized in FreedomSoft, you're never going to automate it because it's not even organized there.
That's right. And even down to like, I kind of see the hierarchy, right? Which is why we built FreedomSoft the way we did, from campaigns. And then inside of campaigns, you've got groups, and then inside of groups, or as part of this, you've got lead statuses. And so I like to think about this funnel and take a snapshot of the business. When you go to the leads dashboard and you see that little pie chart, like right there, man, you've got a snapshot of your entire business right there, and you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and like a little pie chart there.
Yeah. Do you guys find that they're beyond the document generator, which I think is you said it's an unconventional answer, man. I'm all about that answer because that is so huge for my business. Like, in fact, just before we jumped on this call, I was working with one of my guys, and we generated a document packet for a deal that was closing today. And it's like, you know, this makes it so simple. And then tying in the digital signing tool. Are you guys using that piece as well now?
Yeah, for when we are mainly for our buyers. Mainly for our buyers, but yeah, we're using that tool. Yeah,
cool. That's awesome. Well, what does a day look like for Raul? You wake up as a real estate investor, got a team. What does your typical day look like?
So I guess like the main thing is like a little morning routine. I feel like a lot of people have it, and or maybe people don't have it, but it's pretty important. So I have my little morning routine. I meditate, work out, do all these things. I write down goals, read all that stuff. I'm not perfect. I try to do it. I'm pretty good at doing it 5 out of the 7 days, but I'm not perfect. But anyways, that is an ideal day. Then I'll come into the office about 9 to 9:15. And every morning we have a meeting with our dispositions team for 15 minutes. Hey, what's going on? What offers have we got in? This, that, the other. Then at 9:30, we do a meeting with our acquisitions and our dispositions. We we talk about the deals they got. So let's say someone acquired a deal today, our acquisitions, and tomorrow at 9:30, the person who acquired the deal and our dispositions, or two guys, and myself and the CEO will meet in a room, and the person that got the deal has to like pitch it to them, like a pitch your deal type of thing. Sell your deal to our people so they can sell it to the buyers.
Yep.
Right. And so I try to be in those meetings every day. And then after that, it's kind of just going through like the to-dos that I have, or the kind of like the results we're looking to get as a company, and like the little little to-dos we have, which I come up with in the beginning of the week in like a 90-minute meeting. I can even show you it. I literally did it like a couple minutes. Oh, it's not in this notebook. Damn it. Well, I mean, this is an example.
Yeah.
Bunch of like random to-dos, you know, like do calls for interview. We gotta find a new TC, do new pay structure for X person, things like that. So that's the kind of stuff I do every day.
Cool. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's good. It's all about systematizing your schedule and kind of time blocking what you do. So that's awesome. I love it, man. I love it. What you know, as people are sitting here just listening, you went from that first deal to where you are today, hundreds of deals later. What advice would you give somebody that wants to take that same path? Is it like, I know I always tell people, man, you got to make offers. You got to get leads and you got to make offers, because beyond that, you know, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, how I learned it was like the MLS stuff, and really the name of the game was just make a bunch of offers, right? Like, you know, make a bunch of offers and just talk to a lot of people.
Yeah.
This is always going to be a people business, right? Like we can automate everything, organize everything, but at least probably into our futures is going to always involve people. Maybe robots eventually or something. I don't know.
Right.
Some AI thing or some, you know, Ethereum, whatever these theories are out there.
Right.
But as long as our lifetime is, it's probably going to always involve people. So if you don't talk to people, not making offers, then you're probably not going to get deals. If you're not going on appointments, if you're not doing stuff like that, you're probably not going to get deals. So that would be my advice. Make offers. You gotta, if you want to go like mindset, just commit to doing something, right? Like commit to, all right, you want to make 100K, commit to, all right, I want to make 100K wholesaling properties. How do I do it? I got to make, you know, 10,000 offers in the year, break it down to a weekly thing, a daily thing, just do that.
Yeah.
And trust the process and stay consistent.
Yeah. Now, you said along that vein, Raul, you're using FreedomSoft with the MLS, and you've got a system there. How do you have that set up?
Yeah, awesome. Number one, I don't know why so many people do not do MLS. It's kind of it's funny because I learned that way, and then like I talk to these like high level guys, and they're like, you know, sending 200,000 postcards a month. I'm like, whoa, that's insane to me. I'm like, just send 500 offers a month. You should do the same, whatever. Right. So. Yeah, so really the name of the game is making offers, following up, getting contracts on the MLS. So how we do it on FreedomSoft is we have all our contracts on the templates, and we'll train our agents to do a hot sheet so we have buying criteria per county, right? Let's say in Miami-Dade County, we have to buy under $300,000, CBS, three bed, 2-bath home, XYZ, right?
Yep.
So then we train them how to find the things on the MLS. Then they look at the properties. They write an email. So property address, price, closing date. They send this email to a virtual assistant. The virtual assistant will then go into FreedomSoft and then click the buttons and make the offers. How do they do that? The properties, they'll input the property. They will then input the offer price, and then just generate the document and email it to the agent.
Nice.
That with those sound effects.
I love it.
So I don't know if that's pretty much as complex as it goes. You have the contracts already pre-filled out, and then if you can't afford a VA or anything, that's fine. Just click the buttons yourself. That's how I did it for about a year until you make a little bit of money, and then you do it. But that's exactly how we do it.
So did you take the local Florida state contract, uploaded it into FreedomSoft, built your merge fields onto that in FreedomSoft so that it gets filled out on the lead record, auto populates in, and you've got a full state approved contract ready to go? Correct.
And then we go even as far as like, if it's an REO, we'll already have our REO contract on there. And the VA will know because we put it when we send the offer, REO. And so they just got to click on REO contract. Boom. And like that, the agent's getting a legitimate contract that meets the listing criteria, you know? And same thing for short sales. We have a short sale addendum. pre-filled out, and it has our signature on it already. So when you upload it into FreedomSoft, like print out the contract, initial and sign it, scan it, then put it into FreedomSoft. So it's like a signed Florida bar for us, Florida bar contract.
Yep. I love it, man. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I like hearing, you know, you're the first guy that I've talked to that's doing it exactly that way. But I love hearing the different ways people use the system because it's so robust. You know, people can create so many different systems and so many different things. It doesn't matter what state you're in, what kind of deals you're going after. It's either you can either take it off the shelf and just run with it, or you can customize it like you guys have to your business practices. That's incredible.
Yeah, and then it's cool. Like then we use the FreedomSoft number, so if agents text back, it'll just be right there in the lead. And that's fair. I mean, that's probably like 2 years old too, right? Something like that.
Yeah. The phone system and probably launched about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and now we've just incrementally been making it better and better.
Got it. But yeah, that phone thing works really well for us now. Yeah, every agent has their own phone number, and so I love that it just puts it back in the lead. So you just click it. If you click the phone icon, you see who texts. You could filter campaign. So Raul MLS, you just filter that. Oh, this agent wrote back. You click it. Oh, it takes me to the lead. Oh, how much is that property again? Oh, details. Oh, awesome. It was 150. Great. Let me just write back. Hey, it's it just makes it a little easier.
Yep. Very cool, man. Well, that's awesome, buddy. I really appreciate the time you've taken with me to come on here and just kind of talk about your business, give some really good tips. I mean, the stuff, literally the things you've said, if people will just go take action on them, it'll change everything for them.
It'll produce deals for sure.
Yeah. It's just awesome, man. So as we wrap this up, is there anything that you want to just share with people, any final words that you want to say, or how would people best connect with you if they want to reach out and buy a deal from you? Or
I mean, I would definitely say to everyone listening is, man, keep it simple. Keep this business simple. You know, like you meet some really smart people who jump into wholesale or jump into investing, and they're like really smart, and then they just make everything super complex, and they make $0. So, you know, people just pretend like you're dumb almost sometimes. Like, like you have to teach this to a third grader, and FreedomSoft helps with that, man. And so that's what I would say. Just keep everything simple, and you're a big advocate of that.
Yep.
Number two, so if you want to reach out to me, so you can find me on Instagram, Raul Balufe. Also have a YouTube channel, Raul Balufe. Pretty much everything under my name. Facebook, Raul Balufe. If you want to see like our company, we have a pretty cool company Instagram. It's Capital Rise Investments LLC. And check us out on YouTube. I post a bunch of vlogs on there, team meetings, things of vlogs of me going out to appointments of our sales guys, things like that. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, you can reach out, DM me. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, Raul, again, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. I know everybody got a ton of value. Hey, guys, if you want to go see what Raul is doing, go check him out, find him, and connect. Hey, thanks again, Raul. We'll see you next time.
Peace, man. Thank you. All right.